should have got that.
This is an interview with Mazie Engelhart on this day of July 25th, 2013, videotaped by her daughter Diane Deluge. When were you born?
When was I born? May 20th, 1927.
Where were you born?
New London, Iowa.
Oh, down on the farm. Okay, this is going to be about your parents.
My mom had us kids at home. There was no
That's-
hospital around there.
See, I thought that would be
Oh, you were
interesting
born
to
at
know.
home, okay.
Said
Okay.
what?
How did your parents meet?
Well, my mom was a school teacher,
Yeah?
and I suppose my dad lived around there somewhere, and that's how they got together.
They just met someplace
Yeah.
and
And he must have fell in love with her immediately.
did he court her or take her out or?
I doubt it, because in them days they didn't do that.
They got married too young.
Yeah, they were married young back then. What was their wedding like? Did you know how they got married or
No,
anything?
I don't know.
There's no pictures of the.
I just got pictures of her in college.
We don't have any wedding pictures of Grandma and
No.
Grandpa. You don't. What year? You don't know what year?
You know, in those years, they didn't take pictures like they do now.
Yeah. Do you know what year they were married?
No, I have no idea.
I don't know. Okay. What was their first house like? Do you know what their first house was like?
It was in the, it was out on a farm.
Was
And
that
it wasn't very nice.
by New London?
I don't know, but it wasn't a very nice house.
Okay.
But then they moved to, my grandpa had this house in New London, and they moved there and never paid my grandpa anything all these years. But grandpa came to live with them eventually,
Okay.
and he wasn't very sociable grandpa either.
That's your dad's dad, right?
Yeah, my dad's dad.
Yeah.
But my dad was something like him too. He never hugged us kids, or it was just a weird the way they raised us. But yet we were good, and we loved them.
I think back then you knew you loved them. They didn't have to hug you. Where
Yeah.
now it's more of a open
Yeah,
and it's more
now
comfortable.
it's more of a hug.
Yeah.
Because they never hugged or anything in front of us kids.
And that was Grandpa's name, or great Grandpa's name was Asa,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
then Asa Anderson, and then
Well, see, I never had a grandma from my dad's side because she died in childbirth, and Grandpa never got married again. And he was nice looking. I don't know why, but that did it for him.
Some people marry once for life.
Yeah, that was him.
so who were all their children?
There was Cecil, Irma, John, AC, Ellis, and Earl.
Effie
Effie, yeah.
and Earl.
I said her,
Oh
didn't I?
no,
Well, anyway,
they had a lot of kids.
yeah.
So how did they raise their children? Well, you already kind of talked about that. They weren't real friendly or loving.
They weren't.
Loving.
They were loving. I mean, they treated us good and everything, but it wasn't like the huggable stuff
Demonstrative.
they do now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Grandma was that more huggable though,
Yeah, she was.
because when we used to go down
Yeah,
there.
but that was in later years. You got to remember when she come up here. That was later
Yeah,
years.
yeah. But when
She
we
was 78.
but when we went down there and when we were little kids, she would chase us around to hug us.
Oh yeah,
So she was more huggable then.
yeah. Dad wasn't.
No,
Uh-uh.
I don't think so.
You were lucky if he even talked.
Yeah, he didn't talk a whole lot to us. And what was it like growing up in the Depression years?
Oh, it was terrible. I mean, but because we had our own eggs and our own cows, we had our own milk, and we had chickens, and we had about 3 pigs.
I didn't know that you had cows growing up. I thought you didn't live on a farm. I thought Dad.
Well, it was kind of a farm. It was outside of town. You know how, just
Yeah.
a little.
Little house.
It had a barn and everything on it.
But I didn't know you had cows.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Not dairy, regular.
Well, and
Yeah.
there wasn't much grassland around, so Dad made us watch the cows out along the road for up this block and up the block. And Goldie'd be on one end, and I'd be on the other end, and we'd turn the cows around when they got up to us. And that's how the cows lived.
They ate the grass in the
Yeah.
ditches and stuff, huh?
It was even tough for them.
Yeah, so you guys were pretty poor back then.
Oh, yeah, we had nothing. I probably had 2 pair or 3 pair underpants. Mom made all our clothes out of flour sacks. Yeah.
But did you feel
She made
poor?
this. She made sheets, pillowcases, everything out of the flour sacks.
Did you feel poor though?
No,
compared to other kids in class
no,
and
because
stuff?
the other kids were just as poor.
Yeah, yeah.
There was only a few families when I went to school that was rich or well-to-do.
How much was a bottle of milk back then, or a loaf of bread?
I think bread was 10 cents, and milk I think was 15 cents a quart. But I never bought no milk. But my mom made bread. Oh my God, she'd make these big loaves. It was so good. My mom was a good cook.
Yep, she was. Well, so what did you wear as a little girl? What kind of clothes? Did your mom make all your clothes?
Yeah. She made our dresses and stuff. But I only had 2 or 3. But we got a lot of fun.
Did you wear jeans?
In those years, they didn't even have slacks till I was, I think
what I
I
was
was
just gonna ask.
16 or 17 when the slacks came out. And that's when I worked at the glove factory and could buy my own clothes.
Didn't they have like bib
They had
jeans?
bib overhauls for men.
Oh,
Oh,
They-
it's true.
not
They
for
had
kids.
them forever,
Not for kids though.
but not us women.
So what was your first job?
My first job was in a beauty shop, and I was 14.
Wow.
And I even shampooed the women's hair, and I wasn't supposed to, but I was so good at it. And the ladies didn't say nothing. And I'd take in those years it was bobby pins, nothing but bobby
Yeah.
pin, and hair nets. So I'd take the hair net off and
Do the pin curls?
yeah, or they had curlers, but mostly people wanted those pin curls. But anyway, well, then we give permanents, and I learned how to give permanents. So, yeah, I worked there a couple years.
So how did you fix your hair in the pompadour or whatever you call it?
Oh, wasn't that perfect? I had that down perfect.
So would
How
you?
much was a perm then?
Well, I think it was like $10.
Oh,
Back then?
Yeah,
that's
a
a
lot.
I
Yeah.
would say that's a lot. And it smelled much stronger.
yeah.
So to
Yeah.
get those finger waves, did you use Dippity Doo or some kind of gel?
No, I didn't do that part. She put their hair up.
No,
I
I
just
meant
took
for
it
you.
down.
I meant when you had your hair in that
Oh,
wave.
no, I had it long. I had the back long. I just brought this all up
Oh,
in that big wave.
yeah. How'd you do the big wave?
I don't know.
Something out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
They used to use the kitchen stuff for a lot of product. You know, they didn't do like even my mother said, I don't know if you find this true, that their clothes soap, you know, and their dish soap, you didn't have all these special soaps for everything.
Oh, my mom made her own soap.
Yeah. So it was used
Oh,
for
yeah.
everything, which I
Yeah.
think is cool.
Yeah, she made it out of loose lye. She made soap with
Out of lye?
loose lye. I didn't know that. I probably never used it.
So when did you start at the glove factory?
I was 16.
What'd you do there?
or 15. 16. You had to be 16.
What'd
I
you do
sewed
there?
mittens, and I was good at it.
Those big, they were big wool mittens.
They were ski mittens,
Yeah,
kind of
big, heavy.
fuzzy.
Up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, big, heavy.
Up here to the shoulder?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had them mittens. I probably still got them somewhere.
So how much an hour did you get at the glove factory?
I got $30 a week.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So, yeah,
How many hours could they work you?
that was it. Just your regular 8 hours.
Okay.
It was just a little.
What'd you
Glove
spend your money
factory.
on?
See, we never had nothing in New London until this glove factory come in. All them, I don't know, people just had their own gardens and stuff and just lived. I don't. Well, they didn't have no cars hardly. You could wait for an hour on the road before a car would go by. We'd set up in the park and flirt with whoever went by.
What did you spend your money on when you when you
Mostly
got paid?
food. I ate it when I worked at the glove factory. I ate at McClure's Cafe. So
And did you help out at home? Did you have to give money at home?
no, I bought a couple linoleum rugs for the kitchen and the living room. That's all.
Did you have
Well,
savings
they
accounts?
they didn't have much cloth rugs in them days.
And they weren't crocheting them yet or hand making them
Yeah.
with rags?
Yeah.
See, my grandmother did a lot of rag
Yeah.
rugs and
Yeah.
loved them, yeah. Out of old fabrics.
So what was your mom and dad's religious belief?
Oh, Mama's Presbyterian all them years.
And dad and grandpa didn't have
He
much.
never went. But him and my uncle would get into arguments about religion. See, my Uncle Donald was weird.
Religion?
Oh, yeah. What do I want to say? Oh, I can't think of it. But anyway, he was trying to talk my dad into.
Oh,
Was he a Mormon like?
Yeah,
Mormon.
that's it.
he was a Mormon?
Yeah.
Huh.
And my dad wouldn't have nothing to do with it. He'd argue with my uncle though.
So what was it like growing up with your brothers and sisters?
Oh, I loved them dearly.
What did
and they
Dale
loved me
what
dear.
did Dale used to call you?
Fatso. I forgot.
Fatty Arbuckle.
Oh yeah, Fatty Arbuckle. Yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
a true brother love.
But I didn't pay no attention to him.
Were you a
You
little
thought of it as loving.
Were you a little
Yeah.
overweight?
Huh?
Were you a little overweight as a child?
Yeah. Yeah, but I slimmed down when I was 12. I was heavy, and then I slimmed down when I was 14 because I run around. I started running around. Well, I'd go meet my girlfriends up in the park and all that walking, you know.
So, did you fight with your brothers and sisters?
No,
You guys never fought about nothing.
no, only that one time.
Did you fight about dishes or anything, doing the dishes?
No, we'd hide them. Yeah, because
That
know,
was
out
one
by
of
the
my
pump.
questions. That was one of my questions. Did you
Out-
hide the dishes outside?
out by the pump was weeds around the pump.
Yeah.
Well, if the pans were hard, we'd go out there and pump water in them and set them down in the weeds. Well, Mom never missed them for a couple days.
She went to use them.
Yeah, that was something.
That is hilarious.
And Goldie hated doing dishes. What the hell?
You caught-
Anyway,
you caught on your necklace?
yeah.
Grandma's getting
I'm
sexy.
out. How many children does your brother and sisters have? Dale's got 3.
Yeah. Goldie had 8.
Elaine,
Wanda had 8. And Aileen had 5 or 6. 5.
And Wanda had
She had 8.
8. Okay. Okay, what band instrument did you play back then?